Morning, guys. How is everyone today? Ready to talk about slang? Shattered. Why are you shattered? We'll start the lesson in just a second when we have a few more students. Everybody ready for class? Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Are you here? Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I'm okay,
Hi.
fine.
Oh,
Hello.
what time is it for you?
It's 2 o'clock.
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay, good. AM is
How?
bad
Yeah.
time for class.
What about your time?
For me, it's 4 AM.
4 a.m. Oh my God, 4 a.m. It's too early.
But I like to wake up early, and at least I slept a little tonight, so.
Good. I think would like to discuss what today our lesson about.
Our lesson today is about slang. Did you see the attachment on the class?
Sorry, I was cut. I didn't see, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'll send it in the chat box in a minute. First, I would like everyone to introduce themselves. I guess we'll start. So let's have everyone introduce ourselves, starting with Diego. Can you tell us your name and where you're from and what time it is for you?
Hello, good morning, and my name is Diego. I'm connecting from Colombia, and the time is it's 6 o'clock. Bogota.
AM or PM?
a.m.
Okay. Early morning person too, huh?
Yes, I have an hour left before going to work.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for spending it with us.
Thank you, I'm glad.
All right. Raphael, will you introduce yourself and tell us what
Yeah,
time it is for you?
my name is Rafael. I'm from Spain, from the capital, Madrid, and the time right now is 1 o'clock p.m. Oh, I can't
1
hear you.
a.m. You're up late
Uh,
or up early?
I am 13 before 1 hour past midday.
1 hour past midday or midnight?
Midday,
Okay, so it's 1 p.m.
1 p.m. 1 p.m.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Sorry? Sari? What's the
Yeah,
How do I say
Sari.
it? Sari? Okay.
You are welcome, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Sari. I live in a city beside Israel. I'm a teacher of psychology. I teach Arabian students, as I said, psychology. I hope to be good in English, so I am here. Um, Nice to meet you all. Our time, you asked me about time.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7 past 2 p.m.
All right.
Thank you. That's it.
Thanks. Salem?
Thanks to
Oh, Selma. Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
It's okay.
Selma.
Hello everyone. I'm Selma from Algeria, North Africa. The time right now is midday. It is 12 p.m. I'm studying English language at university. My specialty is sociolinguistics.
Wow, cool.
Yes.
This is a perfect lesson for you then.
Yes, I can see that.
All right. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, teacher.
Ursula?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I'm Ursula. I'm from Poland. I live in south of Poland near the Czech Republic border. Now in my place is 1 p.m. 1 o'clock p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working.
Oh, you're working.
Yes, I'm now at work, but have a break. So I joined this verbling.
Cool. We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
Abida,
Yeah,
would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and what time it is?
okay. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. It depends on when you are from. My name is Yunus Abida from Morocco. I'm from the University of Mohammed V on Rabat. My specialization so far is English literature in linguistics section. Yeah, and it's one past it's 1 past quarter right now at the evening.
Cool. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we got everybody. I'll introduce myself though. My name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And well, here it's 4:10 a.m. And if you guys are curious, I've taught English in Brazil and Italy. Any other questions for me or about me or anything?
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. I think you guys are
4:10 a.m.
most of you.
That's
Yeah.
like very late.
Yeah, well, actually, it's early because I did go to sleep. Sometimes I stay up late to teach class, but 4 a.m. was a little too late for me. So I went to bed early and then got up at 4
So
or
you had your coffee at
3:30.
least.
I did. I had my coffee.
Okay, that's great.
I'm good. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to send this. Oh no, Hafa already sent the link. Awesome, thank you. So the link is in the VerbLink chat box. Does anybody need it in the Google chat box? I'll send it there just in case. There you go. Does everyone see the link to the thing we're looking at today?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Open it up and we're going to read it. This is actually a really interesting blog that they do about language, and I think it's awesome to watch if you guys care. They do a lot of interesting topics, and this one happens to be about slash. So you guys know what slash is already, right? Like, it's a punctuation mark. So we're going to read a little bit about a story, something that happened in a class, and then we're going to discuss it. It's slash, not just a punctuation mark anymore. So first paragraph, I'm going to ask you guys to read. Let's have Abida. Will you read the first paragraph?
Yeah, sure. So, slash, not just a punctuation mark anymore. In the undergraduate history of English course I am teaching this term, I request/require that the student teach me to new slang words every day before I begin class. I learned some great words this way. Example, hangry, cranky, or angry due to feeling hungry. Adorable in a dorky way. More importantly, the activity reinforces for students a key message to the course, that the history of English is happening all around us, and that slang is humans' linguistic creativity at work, not linguistic corruption. 2 weeks ago, one
Oh,
student
wait.
wrote.
Hold on. That's good. Okay,
Okay.
I just wanted you to introduce the topic for us a little bit. And so I think this is awesome because it happened in a history class, and the teacher was just asking about slang, which is important for teachers to know because if you don't keep up with slang, you don't understand a lot of your students because a lot of them speak slang. So, do you guys know any slang in English already? I bet you guys know a bunch. I'm going to have each of you think of the best slang word you know in English. I'm going to start from the right this time. Let's have Yang. Will you introduce yourself and give us the best slang word in English that you know?
In English,
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't know any slang words in English yet?
Um, in English,
Sometimes it can be hard to think of them. I bet you do know some, but it's hard to think of them when you need them.
yes.
Okay, well, if you think of one, let us know. How about Ursula? Do you know any slang words?
Maybe I know, but it's hard to tell now.
Okay.
Yes, I also don't know how to tell.
Selma?
I,
It can be one word, teacher. Slang.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, it can be one word. You don't need. We don't need to give a phrase, right?
I can't hear
No, it
you.
doesn't need to be a phrase. It could be a phrase, but doesn't need to be a phrase.
Okay. What I have right now in my mind is limey.
Blimey?
Limey. Yes. This word.
Would you
is,
spell it in the chat box for us?
Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Sari, do you know any slang words?
Um, just I'm thinking now. I think slang. You mean slang colloquial words? You mean?
What?
Could you explain the word slang, please, again?
So slang is a type of English that isn't necessarily proper English, and it's not taught in schools. It's
Uh-huh.
words that are made up.
Mm-hmm.
Made up. Made up.
Blimey. Okay, so Selma has a good one. Blimey. This one I believe is dork. Dork is a slang word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't mean to put it in there, but dork is a slang word as well. Blimey is more for people from England. So I don't usually say blimey, but I know blimey. I know what it means. And I've heard it many times before, but I just don't use it. Okay, does anyone else have slang to contribute? Or maybe you guys need your memory jogged a little bit.
I know one.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Badass.
Badass, okay.
Yes.
That's definitely a slang word. It's also kind of a curse word. So it's not for children, but it's not a super bad curse word. But badass. What does badass mean? Do you know?
Yes. For example, when I might say, "What a badass Marine." It means what a tough guy or rude guy.
Yeah, tough guy, rude guy, definitely. Perfect. Anyone else have slang before we move on in our article?
Chick.
Chick?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, chick. Chick is a slang word. What does it mean?
Girl.
Yeah, it's like a slang word for girl. And what else does it mean? It has an actual meaning as well as the slang meaning. Does anyone know the actual meaning? It originally came from the word for a baby chicken. A baby chicken is called a chick. And so that's where it was originally from. But now it's more common as the word for girl.
I think it was like originally from the Spanish word describing a young girl, which is chica.
Ah, that's interesting. You can never really tell. So maybe it has its roots in a foreign language. Who knows?
I've got a question, teacher.
Yeah.
What is the difference between slang and idiom?
An idiom is could be correct formal English. So it's not necessarily improper. Slang is necessarily improper. So it's not something that you use with a teacher or with a respected adult. It's something you use only among peers and when you're very, very comfortable and in an informal situation. Where an idiom you could say in class to a teacher, you could say it to anyone. Most of the time. We have an example in the chat box. What?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a really interesting example. I believe bloody in that sense has two O's.
Bloody. Yeah.
But that's a really interesting example because that is an example of a slang word that goes inside other words, which I think is really funny. So it's absolutely and bloody combined. Abso-bloody-lutely. And this is again kind of a curse word, more of a British English curse word. And I love this example. You could use an American English word here too, but I'm not going to say it because I think it might be inappropriate for class. So
another that I learned yesterday. Tip top. It's a tip top.
Tip top. So what does that mean?
Perfect, or similar to perfect or very good.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, exactly.
What are the word beat?
Beat, as
After
in,
working, yes, I think example, after working only, I am really beat. It means exhausted.
yes.
Is it?
Definitely. It can mean exhausted. So tired, or
Yeah.
you could use it in other senses too, but tired is a good way to say it. So let's continue reading. I think we're on. Diego, will you read the second paragraph for us? Starts 2 weeks ago.
Yes. 2 weeks ago, one student brought up the word slash as an example of new slang, and it quickly became clear to me that many students are using slash in ways unfamiliar to me. In the classes since then, I have come to the students with follow-up questions about the new use of a slash. Finally, a student asked, "Why are you so interested in this?" I answered, "Slang creates a lot of new nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. It isn't that often that slang creates a new conjunction."
Yeah. So all the slang words that we mentioned in English are nouns and adjectives. And it's really common to have slang that's noun and adjectives. But the slang word slash is not a noun or an adjective. So it's kind of an unusual slang word. Let's continue reading. Raphael, will you read the third paragraph?
Okay. Let me explain. A lot of us use the slash in writing to capture two or more descriptions of the same thing, with a meaning something like or, uh, e.g., my sister, best friend, or request require. The slash typically separate two things that are the same part of a speech or parallel grammatically, and we can say that slash out loud if needed. My sister slash best friend.
Okay, so this is something that's kind of new. In maybe 15, 20 years ago, this is not something you would hear in English at all. So if it was like one option or another, we would just say or, my sister or best friend, or you could say my sister and best friend. But now it's becoming more and more common to say my sister slash best friend. So it's kind of a new conjunction that we've added, and it's because of computers. It kind of comes from it being really common to use that while typing. It's become easier than typing and or. So we've been using slash. Any questions so far on what we've been reading? Any of the grammar or vocabulary questions or content questions? Nothing?
No.
What about EG? Do you guys know what that
Example.
means?
I think the abbreviation of example is Latin.
The abbreviation what?
Example?
Yeah. It is Latin, but it's an abbreviation for example. Exactly. Anything else?
No, thanks.
Awesome. Okay, let's have Sari, will you continue reading for us?
Okay, okay. Now I wouldn't try that phrase down that way with slash spelled out, but students tell me they now often do. A student kindly sent me some real examples from her Facebook chat, brackets shared with her permission. Number one, does anyone care if my cousin comes and visits slash stays with us Friday night? Two, I have been asking everyone I know in the Chicago area if they are going slash if they would willing um, to let me tag along slash show me around because frankly, I'd have no idea how to get around Chicago on my own.
Okay,
Another stu-
that's
uh-huh.
good for now. So instead of writing a slash as in the punctuation mark, they're writing slash out as a word, so as a conjunction. Do you guys all understand both of these examples?
Yes, teacher.
And where it has those little brackets and says sick, it just means that they took out something from the quote. So if you see that in a quote, it means that there were words there and they just deleted some stuff. Okay, let's have Selma, would you continue reading for us?
Okay, teacher. Another student sent me this excerpt
Mhm.
excerpt from her blog post, culminating in Friday shootout / car chase / manhunt / media circus around the apprehension of the bombing suspect. That same student then provided me this example of slash, which demonstrates a slightly different, although clearly related meaning. I spent all day in the Yugli library yesterday writing my French paper / posting pictures of cats on my sister's Facebook wall.
Thank you. Let's have Ursula, will you continue?
Yes. As the sentence makes clear, the slash is distinguishing between the activity that the speaker or writer was intending to do or should have been doing, and B, the activity that speaker or writer actually did or anticipated they would do. Yes, I didn't use they as a singular right there. More on that in a future post. Other students provided these additional examples. I went to class / caught up on Game of Thrones. I made sure to clarify that this was not in reference to our class. 6. I need to go home and write my essay / take a nap.
Okay, thank you. So this it briefly introduces another interesting topic, they. Do you guys understand where it says, yes, I did use they as a singular right there? So why would she use they as a singular? This is something that's not taught, but it's really common. Does anybody understand what she's talking about when she says that?
About singular they?
Yeah. So they is usually for plural, right?
Uh-huh.
Like more than
Yes.
one person. So why would she use it for singular?
Um, I think
Nobody knows?
when we want to define something after they, um, mm, I don't know exactly.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys because this is a really useful thing for you. It's very common, although it's incorrect. So I always have teachers and stuff correcting me because it's not proper English, but it's very common. So English has a flaw, and the flaw is that we have two sexes, like he, she, him, her, but there's no way to talk about something that does not have a sex. So for instance, if I'm talking about the past and I'm talking about a boy or a girl and I don't want to be specific, I can use they instead, which is improper English, but it's very useful. So if I said, oh, I was with a friend, but I don't want to be specific who I was with or which friend I was with, I would use they instead of he or she. So
Yes.
it's really, really common. And also, it's common if you're talking about something like if you're talking about anyone, like something that's not necessarily happened yet, you might use they instead of saying he or she, because saying he or she is kind of long, it's kind of wordy, it's not really fluid. So instead of saying, oh, he or she would do this, I say
Mhm.
they would do this. So I'm just talking about one person, but I use they.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I did all that on without my face on the screen. So does everyone understand that? Should we do examples?
Yes, teacher, we do that in our language.
Oh,
Our
really?
informal, yes, we use this to in order to gossip, so that people want to understand us. If you are talking about a guy or a girl, we use they.
Okay, so you understand. It's very, very useful.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, let's continue reading, because although that was interesting, it's not actually the topic. So we're going to start right after example 6. And whose turn is it? Is it Yang's turn, I think? Ursula, did you read?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
my.
then it's Yang's turn.
Uh,
Will you
me?
read the next paragraph for us, Yang?
Oh, as this sentence may make clear, the phrase is distinguishing between the activities that the speaker or writers was intending to do or should have been doing.
I think you're on the
And
Yang, I think you're on the wrong paragraph. We're starting on the paragraph that is if the story of Slash ended there.
oh, I don't know.
Do you see where we are?
Oh,
Right after number
yes,
6.
yes. In the story of France ended there with a perfect logical semantics extension of stress. From its more conventional use, I wouldn't be writing about it here on rain grass friend class. But for at least a good number of students, the conscious use of stress have extended to raise a second related row or cross to the third meaning that is often not quite an or as it means something more like following up. Here are some real examples from students.
Okay,
Um,
thank you, Yang.
hmm? Oh.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we have a couple new students, I think, over here. So, Abdullah?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I'm late. I was at the bakery, so sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine. What time is it for you?
It's 1:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, can anyone explain to these new students what we're talking about today? Someone take a...
Yeah, I'm trying. We are talking about a slash. Slash is a new concept that continues with the slang, but now it's the use of some words together, like so bloody, lootly, or lovely, jubbly. Is another meaning that's used a symbol of the writing to 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 understand or to say and or. For example, the symbol of a slash you can use from the texting you can use for meaning and or followed growing up, and it's another use of the symbol of the text.
Okay, I see.
Do you understand anything?
Yeah.
Slash.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Slash.
Yeah.
But I have a question, if I may.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you use the slash, you use the symbol or the word is all the word is LASH or only the symbol?
Well, in the past, I would say I usually would use the punctuation mark, but more and more, I actually spell it out. I will write slash as a word, not the punctuation mark. And when I speak, I say slash, which even in speaking, it used to be uncommon because I would just say this or that, this and that. But now when I'm speaking, I find it useful to say my brother slash mechanic or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys have the article? The new students, do you guys have the article in front of you?
Yeah, but where are you now? Which paragraph are you right now?
We are on examples number 7.
Let me see. Ah, I got it. Okay.
So would you like to read those 4 examples for us?
Yeah.
Or 5 of them, I think. Go for it.
I really love that hot dog place on Liberty Street. Slash, can we go there tomorrow? Has anyone seen my moccasins anywhere? Slash, were they given to someone to wear home ever? I will let you know though. Slash, I don't know when I'm going to be home tonight. So what have you been up to? Slash, should we be Skyping? Finishing them right now. Slash, if I don't finish them now, they will be done in first hour tomorrow.
Okay, so these are different than the examples we looked at earlier because it's completely departed from what slash used to mean. So the other examples were showing us how people use the word slash instead of the punctuation mark slash. But these are like an extra thought, like something you forgot to say. So I really love that hot dog place on Liberty Street. Slash, can we go there tomorrow? So this is completely different from what we were seeing before, and it's showing how slash is used as a conjunction instead of as a punctuation mark.
Is it like a postscriptum?
Yeah, it is like that. Exactly.
In that way. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Okay. So let's have David. Will you continue reading, David?
Hey, yeah, of course. The student who searched her Facebook chat records found instances of this use of slash as far back as 2010. When I shared a draft of this post with the students in the class to make sure I have my facts straight, several noted that in examples like 7 and 9, they would be more likely to use a comma in between the clauses and a lowercase slash. The innovative uses of slash don't stop there either. Some students are also using slash to introduce an afterthought that is also a topic shift captured in this example text from a student. 12. Just saw Alex slash I just chopped on oatmeal rising cookies at North Quad and I miss you.
Okay, so that one has extra slang in there. The word chubbed is... Does anyone understand that? I'm going to put... so a word in English to mean kind of fat is chubby. So the word chubby means sort of fat, and they're using it as a slang word because usually it's an adjective, but she's using it as a verb. So she's saying, I chubbed, as in, I made myself fat on cookies.
Okay. That's interesting.
Isn't
Oh,
it? I think it's really interesting to see some of these everyday English phrases. These are not
yeah.
things you're going to see in a
Yeah.
textbook, but in simple text or, phone messages, emails, they're very, very common.
Quite funny.
Yes.
Chopped
Any
on.
other comments until now? Any vocabulary questions, grammar questions, or content questions? Don't be afraid. Ask questions if you have
How was
them.
my reading?
Oh, it was great. Thank you. Do you guys like to do reading in class?
I do.
All right. I think it's very useful. It helps practice lots of different skills. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. Diego, will you continue reading?
Yes. Where can I start off?
Right after example number 12.
Okay. This innovative conjunction or conjunctive adverb, depending on how you want to interpret it, occurs, students tell me, even more commonly in speech than in writing, and in writing it is often getting written out a slash, even in electronically mediated communication, where one might expect the quicker punctuation mark slash rather than the 5-letter word slash.
Okay, thank you. And last paragraph, Mert.
Yes. Slash is clearly a word to watch. Slash, I do mean word, not punctuation mark. The emergence of a new conjunctive adverb, let alone on stemming from a punctuation mark, is like a rare bird sighting in the world of linguistics. An innovation in a slang of young people embedding itself as a function word in the language. This use of slash is so commonplace for students in my class that they almost forgot to mention it, as a new slang word is there. That young people have integrated innovative slash into their language while barely noticing its presence is all the more reason that conjunctive slash might have staying power.
All right, thank you. Okay, so any questions now that we finished the article? If not, I think I'm going to ask you guys to give me some slang in your own language. This is something I'm really interested in, and I think it's funny because in the beginning, this article started that it was a teacher and she was asking about slang words, right, from students. So now that we've talked about a bunch of English examples, I'd like for each of you guys to explain a slang word in your own language, which might be easier for you than in English. So I'm going to start, I guess we'll start on the left. So tell me what language you speak and give me one slang word. Abdullah, you're first.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay. Well, I speak German. Well, we have lots of, we use slangs that we have inherited from the American.
Really?
Yeah, we use lots of American slang words.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
what's common for you to use?
Well, actually, I not use it. I'm a little bit older to use it, but yeah, we have, the common ones. It's similar in English too. I mean, American English, like cool, chilly, or what else? Relax. We use also relax in German. What do we have?
Happy end.
Yeah, it's not slang. I wouldn't say that's a slang. Easy. We say also easy in German. Easy. What else do we have? I mean, there are lots of other things. I can't remember right now. As I said, I'm a little bit older than to use slang,
No,
actually.
but that's good, and that's really interesting too. It's something we haven't talked about yet. So
Yeah,
you use slang, or people use slang, but
yeah,
it's funny because it's slang that comes from another language. It's not
yeah.
even German slang
No,
necessarily, but
no.
it's slang that comes from English.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like adopted slang, and
yeah.
it's part of globalization. I'm
It
sure
is. Yeah.
that's it's fairly common. Just because there's so many movies and stuff in English, people have
Mm.
started to adopt English words into their own language. And I think a student brought up earlier that English does this somewhat as well. We have a lot of adopted words. I don't know if we have that much adopted slang, but we do have a lot of adopted words, and I think English is kind of like a
Also,
hodgepodge of lots of languages.
also from German.
Hmm.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
kindergarten is a word that we use really regularly, but it's from German. We also have a
Tough.
lot of tough, the word
Tough.
tough.
Yeah.
So do you speak German too, David?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, where are you from since we didn't get to hear? You're from
I'm
Germany?
from Augsburg.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know the city?
Mhm. I've
Yeah.
never been there, but I know of it.
Such a pity.
I only went to Germany once and it was only in Berlin. But I had a great time.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay,
Where,
so
where
do
do you
you
live in? Where do you live in Augsburg, actually? I mean, I'm from Augsburg too, so
Oh, that's
Ah,
perfect.
it's
sehr
amazing.
interessant.
Ja, ja, das ist sehr interessant, da hast du recht. Wow, interesting. Two Augsburgers, wow. Meet in Wellblake.
Yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have anything to contribute, David, as far as slang? Can you think of any more slang, either
Yeah.
in German itself or borrowed from English?
For example, happy end instead of happy ending.
So, in what sense would you use that?
Uh,
Is it an inappropriate sense? Like,
no, it's just it's coming up with the movies.
okay, I see. Because there's another meaning for that term as well. It's not something we're gonna discuss in class, but there's a second meaning, and it has a sexual connotation.
Ah,
But I just was curious if you had heard it, which sense you had heard. So you guys see happy end in like the end of a film, right?
right.
Okay. Anything else?
I would have a German phrase in my mind, but I don't know if you can understand it.
That's okay. Give me the German phrase and then explain what it means and why it's considered slang.
To be more popal than the Pope.
To be holier than the Pope, I think he.
I see. And
Yeah.
why is it slang? It's like incorrect German, right?
No,
Or-
it's not.
It's just it's an idiom that he mentioned.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you. Let's have. Let's have Mert. Will you go next and give us a little bit of slang in your own language?
Actually, I don't know so much. I can't
So-
remember right now.
What I know, sometimes it can be difficult to come up with an example on the spot. But what language do you speak? What's your native language?
Turkish.
Okay. And right now you don't have any examples of slang for us? So just so we're clear, slang is words that are not necessarily grammatically correct, but are used frequently So your teacher would correct you. If you were in school and in a class and you used slang, your teacher would say, no, that's wrong. You have to say it this way.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
okay.
I wrote chubby. No, chubbed
Chubbed.
in article.
Yeah.
We use something like that, chubbed, in our language, and it's not polite, you know.
Okay, it's impolite because it's talking about people who are fat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use more not polite because it's like striking the middle. We use something like Shabbat. I can remember this now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is it proper or improper as far as like grammar goes?
Actually, it's improper.
Improper. Okay. So we have some serious slang then. It's something that isn't necessarily correct, but people use anyways.
Yeah, people use.
Okay. Thank you.
People.
Yeah, slang can often be rude or impolite. Okay. Mohammed? Oh, Mohammed's gone. Raphael.
Yeah, in my country, there are a lot of new slang, but the young people use a lot this kind of words. For example.
So, can you give us any examples of it?
He's typing it. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we have mola, which means cool, and tio, which means guy.
Tio means actually uncle. Yeah. Tio, and they
That's
use for
funny.
Yeah, guy. Yeah, I have heard that too. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was talking and my mic is mute. Sorry.
Oh no.
A lot of young people use these terms, mola and uncle, as you said before, is tio. And the young people, if you heard them talking, they are only saying mola, mola, tio, que tal, mola. Only use 3 words, no more. And if you are teaching us the use of slash, I think in 2 weeks all the people in my country could be talking with 3 words only. Mola, tio, slash. Mola, tio, slash.
Okay, thank you. Those are great, interesting slang words. Sari, can you give us any examples of slang in your own language?
But anyone understand if I speak in Arabic? Anyone here speaks Arabic?
Yes,
No.
I can.
Salma?
Yes, I can understand you.
Yes, the most common. Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
So is it, do you want someone else to speak Arabic or not?
I think he's going to say something in Arabic, I think.
But are you embarrassed to use the slang in front of her or something?
That's because the most common word, it means, I think Salma know when we see a beautiful one, a beautiful lady, smart lady, we say in Arabic, يعني مزة موزة. Do you understand, Salma?
Yes, goose.
Could you say it again?
It means banana in English. She is like a banana.
A banana?
Banana, yes. She's like banana.
Okay.
It means that she's the
How
one.
do you say? How do you say? Excuse me, moza. Moza.
Moza.
In Spanish, it's the same term. Moza. We use moza for a beautiful girl.
Yeah,
but
Egyptian
it's
people.
So old. It's the same word.
The same word, yeah.
It means banana?
Oh, banana it means.
Interesting.
Wow.
So, if a woman is beautiful, or if she's...
Yeah.
Okay.
The first people, Egyptian people, who call it Mausa. So we derived it, take it from the Egyptian people, and call the beautiful one as a banana. Mausa in Arabic, Mausa.
Yeah.
All right, that's really funny. I like that.
I think when someone neglects me, we say in English as shave me. Shave, shave,
Mm-hmm.
as he neglects me.
So what does that mean?
Um, could you help me, Salma?
Yes,
It's in
he
Arabic.
passed someone who passed in the same road as you do, and he neglected you.
Ah,
He pretend that he didn't see you. They say, "Shave me."
I see. Oh, that's interesting. Is that a borrowing from English or is that just a coincidence?
Uh, coincidence, I think.
Coincidence. Okay. Funny. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And Ursula, did you have any slang to add?
Yes, I have, for example, one in Polish language that it means literally fall down, and it means go away, and you can tell it in group of friends when somebody is annoying or so, but not very rude. You can say spadaj in Polish language. But
Awesome.
but I wanted to tell what happens when with my language, that we change a lot of English words and we transform it into Polish language. We left the stem and added Polish endings. So, for example, deal with deal means in Polish we transform it like dealować. It means the same what in the English language, but we form a new word.
That's funny. So you take English words and kind of transform them into different Polish words, right?
Yes, and we create a new words, half
Awesome.
English, half Polish.
Globalization. I like it.
Globalization, yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for participating. I hope you enjoyed learning about slash and talking about slang. I'm starting another class in just a minute about Hamlet. So if anyone is interested, it's kind of very opposite from the topic of this class, but it's also definitely an advanced class. So if any of you guys want to join, I would be happy to have you. I'm going to end this class so I can start the next one. So maybe I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. If not, thank you very much, and I had a great
Thank you.
class, guys.
Thank you.
Next time,
Thank
Bye.
you.
I would like to ask
Bye bye.
Abdullah, why do you love Aki?
Who? What?
So, so next class, I'd like to ask Abdullah about his beautiful love.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Thanks.
From the beginning, he comes here, he loves, and he loves also. Thank you, Abdullah, about your love.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Yes, too smart. You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, bye everybody.
Bye bye.
Sometimes when it comes to phrases, and particularly idioms, shall we do another one before we go? Shall I ask Sarah, are you there? Are you on the mic there? Because I don't think you've done one.